Welcome to Yogaxpress, your virtual stretch clinic that helps you move the body to still the mind. My name is Banu Suresh. I'm your host for this program. I'm also going to be your instructor for today, and today we're going to have a one-on-one, just you and me. You may notice there's one spare mat here. We are not sure if you're expecting any guests. There are some days it's just me, my shadow, and you. I hope you'll stay with us through the 28 minutes today. Yoga is not just about chanting Om, although we start this program with the Om chant. It's not about levitating. It's not about tying yourself in knots. It's about a feeling of insulation around ourselves. If you go to my home page, right there on the opening page, I explain to you what yoga is all about. It's just about feeling nice and strong, feeling empowered, and feeling beautiful from the inside. So you feel like you have a whole lifetime ahead of you instead of feeling tired after a workout. Today I'm going to share a few breathing techniques. You may or may not have heard that breathing is step 3 of Ashtanga Yoga. It's like Moses' tablet. We have certain guidelines for yoga as well. Step 1 is personal discipline, so how you take care of yourself, your body, your insides, your outsides. Step 2 is social discipline, how you interact with others. Step number 3 is breathing, and step 4 is actually posture practice. Sometimes we forget that, and we do a lot of stretching, but we don't forget to breathe. And I wouldn't say correctly, because there is a good way and a not so good way to breathe. So when you breathe, you want to breathe consciously, and I'm going to teach you how to do that today. So let's do this first. Let's make a little telephone with our right hand. Even if you're a left-hander, you want to use your right hand for breathing for the sake of consistency. So we are together on the same page. Fold your middle 3 fingers in with your thumb and your little finger out. Place the thumb at the base of your right nostril. We are going to inhale and exhale through the left nostril, and then 3 times. And then we will inhale and exhale through the right nostril 3 times. Let's try the left side first. Once we're done, I'll explain what's happening in our body when we do that. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the left. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try the other nostril now. Close your left nostril with your little finger. Open up your thumb. Inhale through the right. Before we move on to a couple of different techniques, you may wonder why we do our breathing techniques 3 times, at least 3 times. Let me help you understand. Let me help you remember why. The first time we believe we breathe for the universe, for everyone around us. The second time we breathe just for our neighbor, just for someone in front of us, someone around us. The third time is for ourselves. So you start with the whole universe, come down to your neighbor, and then you think of yourself. So if you don't finish your 3rd step or your 3rd round, you're actually neglecting yourself. So that will help you hang in there and stay with your breathing. You may also notice that sometimes I like to close my eyes when I breathe. And the reason I do that, it helps me internalize. Where the mind goes, energy flows. You may have heard of that too. It helps me channel my breath through different regions of the body. Also, you noticed as I was shifting, as I was moving on into the next breathing technique, I moved a little brick. This is a foam block which you can use to help give you some height. So every now and then I like to alternate between sitting on my ankles and sitting on this brick. Whatever helps you, give you that extra space in the middle, in the abdominal region of your body, would be good for you. So if you can get some height by sitting on a foam block, you can even roll a towel, anything that will help you bring your hips up and your knees down. That's going to help you stay comfortable for the next couple of minutes that we're going to do our breathing technique. Now, if you're sitting cross-legged, because I'm sitting on this block, I'm sitting cross-legged. It's very comfortable. My hips are up, my knees are down. If you're sitting cross-legged, you want to make that connection within your body. I like to call this the arc of electricity, the energy within your body. In yoga, yes, we do have a name for it. These are mudras. Mudras are gestures. But I don't want you to go into that aspect of yoga. I just want you to think of containing your energy, internalizing your experience. So touch your thumb, tip of your thumb and the tip of the index finger touch, and keep your palms open on your knees, on your lap. If you're sitting cross-legged, if you sit the way I sat on my heels, you want to turn your palms down. They're called Chin and Gyan Mudra, and I won't go into that today, maybe another day. Or maybe you can just email me. By the way, if you do want to stay in touch with us, it's yogaxpress.com, yogaxpress.com. Now, this is a program that airs 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 1:30 in the afternoon on Time Warner 57, RCN 84, and FiOS 35. So we also air in all the other boroughs in New York State. Other than Staten Island, we are in Queens, Brooklyn, and Bronx, plus Manhattan Neighborhood Network, which is where we tape these episodes. Let's do a second breathing technique. It's called alternate nostril breathing. The first one, we inhale through one nostril, exhale through the same. This time we're going to inhale through one nostril. We're going to hold our breath inside and then exhale through the other. So you're alternating your inhales and exhales. And the reason for this is when you inhale through the left nostril, you're energizing the right side of the brain, and that takes care of the left side of the body. When you inhale through the right nostril, you energize the left side of the brain, which takes care of the right side of the body. So basically, you are channeling energy through your whole body by just focusing on inhaling through the nostrils. So let's try that. Make your little telephone. Little finger and the thumb are out in your right hand. 3 middle fingers come down. Thumb on the right nostril. Keep your little finger out. Keep it open. Bring your elbows out to the side. So that makes you stay nice and alert. And I'm going to close my eyes. Feel free to do that if you know what I'm going to say next, or you can just listen to the instructions. Follow with me. Inhale through the left. Before I go ahead with the holding, I want you to remember, if you have any tendencies towards asthma, you have any kind of chest ailments, do not hold your breath. You can simply inhale through one nostril and exhale through the other, and just keep the ratio of 1 to 2. Inhale to the count of 2, hold to the count of 2, exhale to the count of 4. So let's try that. Inhale through the left. Hold. Place your little finger on the left nostril. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right nostril. Hold. Exhale through the left. We'll do that 2 more times. Remember, you want to remember to breathe for your neighbor and for yourself as well. So 2 more times. Inhale through the left. Hold. Exhale through the right. This last round is for yourself. It's for ourselves. Make it your best and your longest inhale, holds, and exhales. Inhale. Yogic breathing is no big secret. It's all about conscious breathing. A lot of the times we don't realize we're all breathing anyway. Why not channel that oxygen that we take into different regions of the body? Why not guide it through your body? In fact, if you come on the show, we used to send them out before. I don't do that anymore. It's just a lot of admin work. But if you come on the show, I will share with you a copy of my third title, Yoga Secrets. It has 8 plus 2 ailment-specific cards. So it covers 8 common ailments. So it covers different postures and breathing techniques for the 8 common ailments. As you may recall from previous episodes, the 8 common ailments are arthritis, asthma, constipation, diabetes, hypertension, lumbago, piles, which is hemorrhoids in North America. My English is very British English with an Indian accent, and sciatica. So if you come with us on the show, I will share this with you, this book with the 10 cards. We will also give you a postcard. All of this is for free. Coming on the show is free as well. All you need to do is free up some of your time and come here. We even bring the mats for you. You get to meet other people here with like-minded goals in life, fitness goals. We also share with you a little postcard that has 48 simple stretches that target all major muscle groups, glands, and organs in the body, and combined with the breathing techniques that we teach you here, right here on the show, you can have a full workout. So you can save your doctor the trouble of having to deal with just your common cold. Save your doctor's time and energy and your money for some more serious illnesses. Hopefully you won't have any more if you practice regularly. So I'm going to take you through one more breathing technique, which I would like you to actually remember to use when you are getting in and out of your postures. That's a breathing technique you want to engage in while you are stretching. It's called Ujjayi. Ujjayi means victorious. And think of it in a very simple way. It'll help you remember how this breathing technique is actually addressed. If you just think of little children when they get really excited, Mom, I beat up Fabian today. That kind of breathing it's like a whispering sound. Some schools like to call it the ocean breath. That's fine too. It's a nice whispering sound through the back of the throat. And I'm going to demonstrate that in just a moment. Both your palms are on your lap. Keep your electricity, your energy within yourself. I'm going to clear my throat, so I want to make sure that my breath is loud and clear. It's a loud inhale and exhale. Remember, you're still breathing through the nose. You're just sucking it in through the back of the throat. So practice this with me. Inhale. You may notice when I inhale, my upper body opens up. I'm trying to enhance my lung power, so I take in as much air as possible, and then I start filling in the lower abdominal region. As I exhale, I collapse the lungs first and then collapse the abdominal region. So that's called a full yogic breath, engaging the Ujjayi breathing technique. So let's try that together 2 more times. Now this particular breathing technique is good when you stretch, as I mentioned, but this particular round is for you and your round is for me. Let's try that 1 more time. Inhale. One last round, and this one is for yourself. Make it your best, your deepest inhale and exhale. There is no holding in Ujjayi breath. Inhale. one more breathing technique. It really is not referred to as a breathing technique in a lot of the yoga schools for the simple reason that it can, if you wish, it can have spiritual connotations. But today I'm going to teach you the physiological aspect of the trisyllabic sound Om. Om contains 3 syllables, A, U, So the A starts from below the navel, so in the lower abdominal region. So you can place your right hand in your lower abdominal region. The U actually emanates from the upper abdominal region, from the heart region. And the sound reverberates in your skull when we use both our hands to feel that vibration. So let's try that together. You inhale through the belly, inhale through the upper region, and as we exhale, we are going to make the A, U, and sound to a ratio of 1, 1, and 2. So I may inhale to 2, inhale again here, the U sound to 2, and exhale to the sound to 4. Let's try that together. Take a deep breath in first. What it's doing, we're going to do it 2 more times, but I want you to understand what it's really doing by this. It is a kind of a chant, and don't be afraid of chants. You don't have to chant Om. I actually know a yoga teacher. She does a brilliant job. She chants, she helps her children chant. Instead of saying Om, she helps them chant Shalom. These are Jewish kids, they'd rather chant Shalom, and that's fine, as long as you can make that trisyllabic sound, which helps you feel that reverberation, lower abdominal region, upper heart region, and in the skull. So let's try that 2 more times. This round is for you. And now I'm not going to place my hands. I'm just going to keep my hands on my lap. They're not going to be at the lower belly or the heart region. I'm going to just keep my hands on my lap, palms turning up. Let's try that together. First, take a deep inhale. One last round. Remember, the last round is for yourself. Do not neglect yourself. That's where you get all your energy from. So let's try that. Inhale. That said, you do not have to chant Om throughout your practice. If you wish, you could start energizing the insides of your body, and as you know that we don't have any glands and organs in our upper and lower extremities. Our arms and legs do not have glands and organs. Most of the organs and glands are located between the hip, most of them between the hip and the shoulders, and of course you have glands and organs above the shoulders as well, which control the mental faculties. Between the hip and the shoulders is more for your body. And you may notice I took the brick off, and now I'm going to come again 1 more time. I'm going to come and sit on my ankles. It's a good idea to vary that between your breathing techniques till you get used to sitting in one particular manner. It's always a good idea to develop some consistency in the way you are seated. But the reason, like I said, just to remind you, I sit on my ankles, so it brings my torso up. If I need to have some blood circulating in my ankles for a while, after a while, I might use one of these blocks to bring my hip up. You may also wonder what this is. We'll show you how to use that when we get in and out of the stretches. Now, we've done 3 plus the Om breathing technique. I just want to demonstrate one simple gesture. It's called the grand gesture. It's also actually one of our postures. In fact, it's posture number 30 on this postcard. The red one, where do I see that? Yes, the red one in row number 5 on the extreme right, which is really an amazing gesture. The only difference between that and the one I'm going to demonstrate to you is there you have your hands behind your back, Now this one, I did not start today's episode with this posture, but when you start your practice at home, I would like you to remember to start your practice with this posture because it is a complete stretch for your spine, for your spinal extensors, the back of your spine. It's a beautiful stretch. It stretches you all over the back. And it gives you a nice compression in the front of your abdominal region. So what you want to do is first make a little fist. Tuck your thumb into your palm, close your fingers over your thumb. Place your two fists below the navel on either side of the lower abdominal region. And before you start your practice and after you finish your practice for the day, you may want to start and end with this particular posture. You just want to take a nice deep inhale and exhale as you fold from the hip. Lead with the chest. The aim is to touch the forehead to the mat. Now, if that happens for you today, that's wonderful. If it doesn't, do not get discouraged. I don't get discouraged. I just try a little harder each day. And then inhale as you come up with a straight back. Now, if that's all you have time for on any given day, you're in a rush to go somewhere, you have an appointment to keep, if you can just practice those 3+1 breathing technique and a little bit of the fold over, that's great. Let's say you've got about 10 minutes today or 5 minutes. When you do it on your own, you can actually go through it in 5 minutes. Because I'm doing the instructional part here, it may take a little longer because of the explanations. Now, if you have maybe 10 minutes in the day or even 15 minutes, which is quite a luxury these days with all of us always running around trying to maybe catch the next bus or get to work on time, I don't know, keep an appointment. If you have that extra, the luxury of that extra 5 to 10 minutes, you may want to do a little bit of physical stretching, the sun salutation. Before I actually get up in about a minute, I'm just going to help you understand the sun salutation is actually a complete physical sequence. You can target all the different regions, all the glands and organs in the body by just doing the sun salutation, maybe 2 or 3 rounds. You can target all these glands, organs and muscle groups in just one complete round of the sun salutation. But if you do 3 rounds, then you're doing what I first started this program with, is you're basically sending your energy to the world, to your neighbor and to yourself, so you're not neglecting yourself. So let's do that. Let's try the sun salutation together. Let's get up. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to shake out my ankles a little bit. I need to get the blood flowing. So if you start with your breathing sequence, you actually do want to shake it out a little bit before you start stretching. So you want to make sure that your heels are a little closer than the toes. Now you don't have to have them touching. You can have about an inch away, depending on how comfortable you are. If you're not comfortable bringing your feet too close, you can bring your feet out about hip width apart. If you're really comfortable, bring them close together. They don't have to touch. Toes are a little away. Palms in front of your chest, elbows are raised. The reason to keep the elbows up is so your mind stays in the moment. You actually don't want to you don't want to keep your elbows going down, because that way your mind gets distracted. So see if you can keep your mind nice and alert. Inhale. This is Namaskarasana. So this is the first posture in sun salutation, and you'll find most of the postures in sun salutation are actually addressed in our postcard as well. So there will be, in the next couple of days, there may be a little bit of a repetition. And that's good for you because it's retraining neglected muscles. So inhale. Take your arms up from Namaskar or prayer. Hasta Uttana. Arms raised. Hasta is hands or arms. Uttana is raised. Now look up. Tighten your pelvic muscles and bring your pelvis forward just a little bit. Exhale. Fold from the hip into Pada Hasta. Hands to feet. Pada. Pada is feet. Hasta is hands. Place your hands about 6 to 8 inches in front of your feet. Take the left leg back and then the right. Exhale, press your heels down. Now this posture is one of the more popular postures in North America. It's known as Adho Mukha Svanasana. But when it is part of the sun salutation, it's simply called Parvat. Parvat means mountain. Adho is down or downward. Mukha is face or facing. Shwana is dog. Downward facing dog. That's what it's called when it's part of the sequence. But as part of sun salutation, we refer to it as a mountain. So make sure that your heels come down all the way, and if you don't make that connection today, that's okay. You can always place the block, the foam block or a towel under your heels so you have connection with the earth. Inhale, bring your right foot between the hands. We have a couple of minutes and I think that's a great timing. Place your left knee on the mat, uncurl your toes in the left foot. Couple of minutes is really all you need to do for one complete sun salutation while you're really holding yourself in the postures. This is Ashwa Sanchala. Ashwini is horse. Ashwa Sanchala, equestrian or like a horse. Both palms on your right knee. Exhale and dip. Notice I'm keeping my elbows out to the side. That helps me stay in the moment. You really don't want to get distracted when you're doing your stretches, because not only do you want to send your energy to different parts of the body, you also want to stay focused. So it helps you improve your focus. Right knee is up. Left arm goes up. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, dip your left elbow over the right knee. Parsva Kona Namaskara. Parsva is intense. Kona is corner or twist. Namaskara is prayer. Literally translates to intense prayer twist. Turn to look up at your raised elbow and hold. You should feel a delicious stretch in your obliques. Obliques are the muscles on the waist, or at your waist. On the obliques on your left side should feel a nice stretch. Obliques on the right side and your glands and organs on the right side get a beautiful compression. Hold it. It's in the holding when you release all those happy juices called endorphins. Inhale, come out. Let's switch legs. We're combining both sides in one round. Bring the left leg forward, right leg goes back, both hands on the left knee. Exhale and dip. Inhale the right arm up.